Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be tackling the most cluttered space in your home, your kitchen. A messy kitchen can cause a lot of stress and make meal prep and cooking more difficult. So I'm gonna show you today how to declutter and organize your kitchen and have fun doing it. For all of you who are new to my channel, I am Margot, a professional organizer, helping you lovely ladies maintain a clean and tidy home. If content like this is something you wanna get into on a weekly basis, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. If you're looking for a support group of like-minded women, you can pop into my Facebook group. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Over the years, I've developed a system I call DECOM, and it stands for decluttering, cleaning, organizing, and maintaining. And this system applies to every single room in your home. So in today's video, we're gonna start with decluttering your kitchen. For step one, you're going to take everything out. Yes, I mean everything. You're gonna take everything out of your cabinets and drawers. Now I know this may seem daunting, but it's the best way to get a clear picture of what you have and what you don't need. Now I completely understand that tackling an entire kitchen and taking everything out can be extremely time consuming, and a lot of us just don't have the time. So while that is the best method of madness, if you can only declutter one cabinet at a time, that's perfectly fine as well. The rule remains the same. You're gonna take everything out of your cabinet. The next thing that you're going to do is you're gonna divide whatever you took out into categories. Now, obviously, if you're taking everything out of your kitchen, you're gonna have more categories. If you're doing one drawer at a time, maybe you have plates on one side, cups on the other, but still categorize the items that you remove. Group all of your pots and pans together, your dishes, cups, utensils, and so on. This will help you see what you have and what you may need to purchase or, more importantly, get rid of. Remember to donate or sell all the items that are in good condition that you no longer need. Next comes the hardest part, and it is to purge the unnecessary. It is to declutter everything that you don't need, that you haven't used, that might be broken. For example, containers that are dingy and don't look that great, especially containers that don't have lids. Appliances that maybe somebody gifted you, but you don't actually use. Look, we've all been there. We feel guilty eliminating items that are just taking up space in our cabinets that we have no use for. Oftentimes, we've spent money on those items, and getting rid of it makes us feel like we're throwing away money. But it is keeping your kitchen cluttered and unorganized. And it's preventing certain items that maybe are hanging out on your kitchen countertop from finding a home in your cabinets because you just don't have enough space. So my recommendation with any purge is to go atomic. And by going atomic, I mean literally do not put too much thought into it. Pick up an item. If you haven't used it, if you don't need it, throw it out, donate it, sell it, give it to a friend or a family member. But don't allow it to continue to hang out in your kitchen. I have an entire video dedicated specifically to what you should declutter in your kitchen. You can check it out here. Whether it's baking supplies or mystery freezer food or snacks that have expired or we no longer wish to eat. There are items upon items upon items of things hiding in our drawers that we need to say goodbye to. Depending on your methodology, whether you're investing an entire weekend to go and declutter your whole kitchen, or you're going through one drawer or one cabinet at a time, keep in mind that decluttering a kitchen or decluttering any space is a process. It's going to take time. And the amount of time it takes will be directly proportional to the amount of hours you're investing in the decluttering process. So give yourself some grace. Don't rush it. If you find yourself decluttering or purging and you're getting exhausted, take a break. When we are tired and when we're kind of frustrated with a particular task, we tend to not complete it very, very well. So after you finish purging, the next thing, right? So when we think of decom, it's declutter, clean, organize, maintain. So after you've purged, after you've decluttered, after you've gotten rid of tons and tons of items in your kitchen, congratulations. The next step is to clean everything. The last thing you want to do is start putting items back in your cabinets when your cabinets are dirty. Cleaning in itself will take a ton of time as well, depending on the size of your kitchen. My best practices for cleaning a kitchen and wiping things down is use a vacuum cleaner first in your drawers and in your refrigerator. Yeah, I said vacuum cleaner. But it's gonna be a very, very quick way for you to get rid of all of the crumbs and random particles and stuff that are there. Next, you wanna wipe down all of the cabinets and the drawers. You can use an all-purpose cleaner, such as this one. I love Method. I also love to make my own cleaner, which is 50% water and 50% vinegar. And then you can just wipe down your drawers and cabinets with a microfiber cloth. Since you're already in the cleaning momentum, I also recommend that you wipe down the outside of your drawers. Not just the inside, but the outside. You're investing a lot of time and energy. You want to have that beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, clean kitchen space. After you finish decluttering and cleaning, now it's on to the fun stuff. And it's creating a system of where everything is going to go. And I'm going to teach you how to create that system as well as best practices. Whenever you're getting ready to organize any space in your house, the rule of thumb is prioritize functionality. And the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what's the purpose of this space? Now, obviously, the purpose of the space is the kitchen. It's where you cook. It's where you congregate, to have meals. It's where your food is stored. I get that. But when I say functionality, right, and a purpose for a space, in a kitchen, what function does each one of your drawers or cabinets or even your countertop space, what function does it serve for you? And the function has to make your life, make cooking, make meal prep, make washing the dishes, make putting stuff away, simple and easy. The better the functionality of a space, the better the flow, the faster it is for you to get things done. When we're starting with organizing, I recommend that you prioritize finding a home for the items that you use most often. You want to designate space for those items where they're convenient for you. The last thing you want to do is just start shoving things back into the drawers and then realize, why are my plates so far away from the dishwasher? Is that making sense? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Is that making sense? Kind of creating that flow and function in a space. How is your kitchen space functioning now? If you're getting value from this video, contribute to my coffee addiction by smashing that like button. Here are some quick pro tips when it comes to identifying spaces in your kitchen for functionality. First and foremost, you should prioritize where your dishes are kept. Your dishes should be as close as possible to your sink and or your dishwasher. This makes it much easier to put things away because of the convenience factor. The next recommendation is try to keep cooking tools closer to your oven. Again, making it much more accessible when you're cooking. You don't want to run from one side of the room to grab something in the other side of the room. Yes, it's only a second or so, but it's a second that can be avoided, and seconds pile up. So for example, something like this, which you probably use on a daily basis whenever you cook meals, you can actually have it laying on top of your stove like this. Creating a designated spot for everything will make it easier to keep your kitchen organized. So once you've identified functional homes for your items to go to, the next thing you want to do is organize. How are we going to organize these particular items so they're neat and tidy in our spaces? So before you run to IKEA or Home Goods or log on to Amazon to purchase drawer organizers and containers, start with things that you already have in your home. Don't rush to purchase items is because you're not 100% sure yet if the way that you have it organized will work and will be efficient and effective for you. And the way to know that is to create a system, use the system for a couple of weeks. If the system works for you, then feel free to invest in nicer organizational materials. If you have some kind of boxes, it could be shoe boxes, Amazon boxes, any kind of containers maybe that you have, try using those things first. See how it functions. Yes, is it going to be as pretty as something from IKEA or Amazon? Probably not. But you're first testing out functionality. If you see after a couple of weeks that it is working for you and your family, by all means, upgrade. When it comes to kitchen organization, there are basic items that most kitchens will need, right? There are a lot of extras. There's a lot of things that we might not necessarily require, but there are a few things that are kind of standard in making every single kitchen function and function well. And the first thing is drawer organizers. And for all of the items that I'm going to be talking about, I'll leave links in the description. Typically, drawers are extremely messy because things are kind of like really, really loose inside the drawers and chaotic. And when it's chaotic, we tend to just dump more and more stuff. Again, it becomes a magnet for disorganization and clutter. So if you're going to invest in items, drawer organizers are your best friend. When I was first designing my kitchen, I started off with just using items I had around the house. Now, I have a daughter. My daughter had a bunch of these like wooden containers from the dollar store that she would paint. So I wasn't yet sure if the way that I designed this particular drawer, if it would function for me. So the first thing I did is I actually went around my home and I took out a bunch of items that I can kind of use to organize my space, and I tested them out first. So this is what I mean by use existing things. And to be fully transparent, I actually like this box a lot, and it holds like miscellaneous items, so I kept it. Another item that I absolutely love for organization is organizing your spices. And a great way to save space, I live in a small New York City apartment, so my kitchen is incredibly tiny. So I don't have that much drawer space. So what I actually have invested in are magnetized spice racks that hang on my refrigerator like this. This saves you a ton of space in your drawer, and it gives you a clear view of what you have. Another great organizational investment are dividers for baking sheets and pans. This will keep everything very neat, very organized, and extremely tidy. Not only that, when you invest in this, it's very easy to take things out and put things back. Everything in your space should have a home to go to. The more items you have that have a home to go to, the more organized and less cluttered your space is going to seem. You know, a beautiful clutter-free kitchen is something that you're going to enjoy for years to come. Here's a huge warning for all of you. Measure before you buy. A lot of times we get very excited. Maybe you've tested out the function of your space and you know exactly what you're gonna need. I was in Target yesterday and there were these like really lovely containers on sale. And I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. I would love this to hold my cereals. You know, it's just absolutely amazing. The deal was fantastic. And I was so incredibly tempted to purchase it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not 100% sure if the height is going to fit where I store my cereal. So I measured it. I came home, I measured my cabinet, and lo and behold, if I would have purchased it, I would have had to return it because they were a smidge higher than the space between the shelves. A lot of times we love the item. We want it, especially when it's a great deal. Oh my goodness, forget about it, right? We want to bring it home with us like ASAP. That's wonderful. That's lovely. But there will be times where it just does not fit. And I can almost guarantee that you're going to try to make it fit. You're going to try to make it work. So avoid that from happening completely and always measure before you buy. Next on the agenda for decluttering and organizing your perfect dream kitchen is to label everything. I feel like labeling things screams, I am organized. I mean, you don't have to go absolutely like bananas. You can if you want to, but there's something to be said for labeling the items in your kitchen and in any space. It makes things easier to find. Aesthetically, it's much more pleasing. Try not to have a variety of different colored labels to create a sense of visual clutter. Me personally, what I absolutely love is I invest in clear containers and I like chalkboard labels. That is my personal style because I have a farmhouse kitchen. This is my personal taste, so everything that's in my drawers is in a clear container so I can see exactly what's in there, and it's labeled. These labels I got from the Dollar Tree, just took some chalk and drew on it. You can also invest in a label maker, and I'll put a link to a really good label maker in the description. So we have decluttered, we have cleaned, we have organized it, and the next and final step, and the most important step in creating an organized clutter-free kitchen is to maintain it. At a minimum, once a week, take a few minutes to make sure everything is in its designated spot. This will help prevent clutter from building up again. The more often you tidy up, the cleaner your space will be. One of the best habits that you can build if you truly want to live a clutter-free lifestyle, try getting into the habit of wiping down your countertops daily, of wiping down your kitchen table daily. get into the habit of maintaining a clutter-free, clean, and tidy kitchen. Look, ladies, you just did a fantastic job decluttering and organizing your kitchen. The last thing you want to do is have to go through the process 3 months from now because we didn't maintain it. We didn't keep up with the cleanliness. For what to declutter in each and every room of your home, you can grab my free Ultimate Mom's Decluttering Guide. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Declutter first, then clean, then organize, and maintain is an ongoing process. If you see that clutter is making its way back into your home, declutter again. For most of us, we have kids, we have partners, we have other members in the household that are contributing to the clutter. So this process is like a rinse and repeat. There are going to be times you go back to the purging. Maybe you acquired more items than you needed, so you're going to have to make space for them. You'll have to organize them. It's really kind of just this revolving door. But what you really want to avoid is an overwhelming amount of clutter making its way back into your space. As a woman and as a mother, and I spend so much time in my kitchen, I actually recently remodeled it. It is pure joy to work in a kitchen that functions well, that's organized, and that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed my content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. As always, good luck on your decluttering journey, and remember to be good to yourselves.